What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to go over something that I think is, ever since I kind of came out and told you guys that I'm on testosterone optimization therapy, I've seen a lot of comments online that, when I upload lifts and stuff, be like, well, you're on steroids, like, who cares? Or like, oh, you should be bigger for being on steroids, or like, why can't you lift more for being on steroids, and this is that, and this and that. And I want to address something really clearly. The steroid dose that you see guys in the gym, like, in my opinion, people on YouTube like Sam or bodybuilders out there, those are actual major steroid dosages. The thing that I'm doing is TRT, and this is working with my doctor to make sure my hormone levels are akin to what they were when I was like 20 or 18 or 22. And everyone has a different level of testosterone that they need to inject exogenously in order to achieve that hormone balance, that hormone optimization. This is why they call it testosterone replacement therapy or testosterone optimization therapy. So here is 4-time, or I think it's like 5-time or something, Mr. Olympia, or maybe even more than that, Phil Heath, talking about his dosages of testosterone plus all the other stuff that he took. Now, I personally, as of a few weeks ago, am on 200 milligrams of testosterone cypionate every single week. I used to be on 150 milligrams, and before that, 100 milligrams, and switched to like 120, 125. I've been on test for about 2 years now, 2.5 years, and best decision I ever made for myself. But I want you guys to listen to this video right here about Phil Heath, where he's talking about his dosages and how he literally scoffs them off as nothing doses. So for anyone who wants to call out people on TRT and say that you're on steroids, you might want to do some research and think again.
I took less than everybody, and I can point it out. I have blood work from the very beginning. I went to Miss USA taking 500 milligrams of testosterone with a shot of Deca a week, but I whipped everybody's ass. Didn't take growth hormone until my second Arnold Classic.
First 2 shows, 500 milligrams of testosterone with 1 shot of Deca a week. 500 milligrams.
Already won 2 pro shows, and now I decided to take growth hormone for the first time.
And you're still running 500 milligrams of test?
No, I was probably doing like 750.
Yep.
Very minimal stuff. Because here's
very minimal stuff, guys. 750. Very minimal stuff. And for the world of professional bodybuilding, this is literally nothing. This is a nothing dose. There are guys on grams of gear, thousands of milligrams of gear a week of testosterone, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. Freaking Anadrol, Deca, I don't know, D-Bol, I guess that is Deca, Anavar, GH, NPP, I don't know, a whole bunch of other crap that they take that I've never touched, I never will touch, and I have no interest in touching it. I don't know much about, but let's go on.
My thought process with this. What is the difference between me and everybody else? Well, it's just time.
Not drugs?
What is drugs going to do? It's not going to shrink time. You need time in the gym.
Drugs literally do shrink time. They speed up the process that you can metabolize muscle, grow muscle. They speed up the process of how hard you can train. Well, speed up. They allow you to train at a higher capacity. They allow you to carry more load, which in turn all relates to muscle growth. And you can synthesize protein much more efficiently than someone who's natural. So I don't agree with that statement at all whatsoever.
It seems to a lot of people, especially looking at your era, unbelievable that you wouldn't have just been taking everything under the sun.
But why should I, when I was able to win my first couple amateur shows clean and then just add a little bit?
What was the maximum that you ever got to in terms
As
of
far as tests?
Yeah.
17.5 or whatever. I think because it was like all sustanon and shit like that.
1,750 milligrams, which still is not a lot. There are pro bodybuilders out there that are on 6,000 milligrams of test and gear and shit a week. Like, these guys have already signed their name on the dotted line. Like, they don't give a crap about what happens to their health. So what I would like to inform to you guys is testosterone replacement therapy should not be demonized. It should be researched. If that's an avenue that you want to look into for your own health, for your own curiosity, then you should. And I don't think that society should keep putting people down so much, men in general, for optimizing their health. You know, I don't get it. I don't see the difference between someone who's transgender and is seeking hormone therapy to affirm the gender that they want to be, right? So if someone is taking testosterone to transition into a man, how is that deemed as heroic or whatever it is? Whereas if I, let's say, want to take testosterone, which my body already creates, and I want to optimize it so that it's at the level it was when I was 20 or whatever, or maybe the level it never was because of the chemo that I was on or whatever as a kid, maybe it destroyed my pituitary gland or my ability to produce adequate levels of testosterone, to reach that level which balances my hormones and makes me feel great. I think there's something wrong with society where it's seen as now vilifying people who are on steroids and comparing that to people who are on testosterone. First of all, I don't think you should vilify anyone, even if they are on steroids. I think that's their personal choice. And I know a lot of guys on steroids, and they're the nicest guys that you'll ever meet. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a choice that someone makes with their body, and I think whatever choice someone makes with their body is their choice, their prerogative, and their right. So whatever that may be. So I think with taking TRT and optimizing my hormone levels, my testosterone levels to what I want them to be, as the testosterone I already create in my own body, I think should be totally acceptable and shouldn't be like demonized online. I think it's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, that's the point I wanted to get across. I wanted to maybe inform some of you guys who aren't too educated. And maybe you can send this video around to a lot of people who don't really understand the differences between testosterone optimization therapy and being on actual steroids, like a gym cycle. You go to the gym nowadays and pretty much everyone is running at least like 500 to 700 milligrams of testosterone a week, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, maybe orals, maybe injections, whatever it might be. So that's my thoughts on this. I've seen this already in comments a few times of me like lifting videos, and like I'm just transparent with you guys. I don't want to bullshit you guys. So I know I have some people who are young, a young audience sometimes, and I don't want to be like, oh yeah, one of those dudes that's like, I'm natural. It's like, well, testosterone replacement therapy is considered natural. It's with a doctor, but I don't feel like it is, right? I'm injecting myself every week. So that's not very natural to me. And there are benefits to doing that as well, which go beyond what is achievable naturally. So I just want to inform you guys, give you guys a little bit of a information lecture here, I guess, and to kind of open your mind and broaden your horizons on what the differences are. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it's not cool to take testosterone? Do you think it's cool to take testosterone if you're only a type of person, or what's the deal here? Are certain dosages okay? Are certain dosages not okay? What do you think? Thanks for watching the vid, and I'll see you all in the next one.